So if you've ever watched the news or turned on your social media, you learn pretty quickly that you and I live in a broken world. And in this broken world, you find things like famine and hunger, sickness, disease, war, people dying. And, it's a pretty clear signal that we live in a broken world. Now, also at the same point, you'll see things like beauty in just being out in nature, or the beauty of the creativity of a person or someone loving one another. So it also lets you know that maybe our world wasn't designed to be broken, that it was designed in a way in which we would live in harmony and peace, both with each other and with creation, but ultimately with God. That when God made the earth, His plan was that we would live in harmony with Him. But what led us to this brokenness is something that we would call sin. Now, sin is when we do something that's outside of the plan of God and what He intends for our life. Now, you might be mad at someone else for their sin, but all of us have chose something outside of God's plan, like to lie or to cheat, to steal, and that leads us into a broken world. We do things to get out of this broken world, to let you prove my point that it is broken. We'll choose to live our life based on a career and climbing the ladder to get out of this brokenness, or to have a family and great friends, or even sometimes to not feel the pain, we'll numb it with some kind of addiction, screens or a drug or alcohol. Or maybe even we try to get out of this broken world by being good and doing what's right and wrong. Now, most of us, if we think we're good, we're usually we're at that 51% mark. We're not quite Adolf Hitler, but we're also not Mother Teresa, and so we're good. But what happens is, where we are stuck in this broken world, we eventually end up back in here. That the career isn't as fulfilling as we thought it would be, or that our family and friends leave us or die or reject us, or even those things that we're addicted to. That numbness wears off, and then we are hit with this reality again. Ultimately, what leads us to know this world is broken is that all of us will end up dead. And so God had a way to fix this. And His way was to send His Son Jesus, God in flesh, that He would be the King of this world. He would come and to right what was made wrong. God sent Him to live like you and I as humans in every way, except that He never sinned, meaning He didn't participate in the brokenness of the world. And that gave Him the ability to be the model and example of humanity. But humans rejected Him as their king, and they crucified Him or killed Him because of His claim of being the king of the world and the universe. And then He died. And most people thought that brokenness won. But He resurrected to new life to let us know that He is in control of the brokenness of the world. This gives people that would believe in Him and turn from their sins, believe in Him and turn, it gives them the ability to be a part of God's plan in their life. That once they believe, that they start to grow in God and follow Him. And when they follow Him, they start to live in harmony again with God, with other people, and God sends them to this broken world with a mission and plan to find others that would come to know who Jesus is. And so the question of this is, which group are you in? Everyone's in one or the other, stuck in the brokenness of the world or living in the plan of God. Which one are you in? We want to be a place where you can find hope that comes through Jesus Christ. And if you want to take a step, there's a step below this that you can take to plan a visit and get to know us as a church.